Hi guys, my name is Rachel, and this video is going to be just a little bit serious. It's going to be more informative than anything. I wanted to make this video for a really long time. This is a video about dating someone with anxiety. If you have anxiety, maybe you can relate to this. If you are dating someone with anxiety, these are things that you should absolutely know 100%. To anyone who doesn't know, maybe this will inform you, and also maybe down the line in the future, maybe you will come across someone with anxiety, and this doesn't have to be necessarily dating. This also can be like being friends with someone as well. So basically, if you know someone with anxiety, these are things you should know and things that come along with it. Because personally, I have anxiety and I've struggled with it for about 5 years now, and it's been a long road, and I've had a lot of issues with my life pertaining with anxiety. I have about 8 different topics I want to discuss and talk about. There's other things besides this, just a side note, so don't think that everything I talk about is just everything about anxiety, because it's not. It's just a few things I've jotted down that I can relate to myself. So basically, these are things that you should know and be supportive and stuff like that while you're dating someone with anxiety. Alright, the first thing is you always have to have reinsurance about different things. Like, if you're dating me and I ask you, do you still like me? Do you still want to be with me? Do you still love me? Etc, etc, etc. Stuff like that. If I ask you questions like that, please, please, please do not get annoyed. It's something that I personally need to know. Like, I constantly need to be reassured. Also goes along the line where I need everything explained to me, like words. Like, beating around the bush does not like connect in my mind. Like, I know what you're saying, but I need you to fully explain every single word and fully be out there and just straight up tell me everything and reassure everything. Like, if it doesn't get fully explained or if I'm not reassured, it bugs the crap out of me. It literally eats me alive in my head. My anxiety goes crazy. For me, I always have to be early. Like, if I'm late, I literally might have a panic attack. It freaks me out because when I'm late and I walk in a place and everyone just stares at me, or like if they're relying on me and I'm late and I'm like, oh crap, I'm late, you know, it literally freaks me out. Oh, this is another big thing. Okay, people with anxiety worry about things all the time. No matter if you tell them not to worry about it, no matter what it is, we are always worrying about something in the back of our mind. Literally, that's me. I worry about things 100% of the time. Like, it could be something from someone in my past, or like something that someone said that'll be in my mind for the next like 2 days. I can never stop not worrying about something in my life. Please don't get mad if like we worry about stupid little things. We can't help it but to worry about everything and anything every day, all the time. Alright, this one is a really serious one. If you're dating someone with anxiety and they have a panic attack, you need to be prepared for it. You need to be 100% supportive, and you need to know what to do. And then when it does actually happen, you need to be there with that person. Do not, I repeat, do not leave that person alone, no matter what they say. One time I was having a panic attack and I was sitting in the car and I was left in the car by myself in the dark, and I had no idea where anyone was and I had no idea where anyone went, and that made my panic attack worse, and I think that made it longer than it was because I was freaking out more because I was all alone. Whatever the person that is having a panic attack is saying, please just listen to them. Please be patient, and do not like put them down and say you're gonna be fine. Stop it. Like, do not ever do that. That will make everything 10 times worse. So I recommend, please, if you're with someone that's having a panic attack, do everything you possibly can to help them get through it. Just listen to them. Do not just walk away, and do not just stand there and do nothing. Please, please, please just help that person and ask them what they want and what they need, because they can't control anything that's happening to them. Like, I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video. This is another big thing. For people with anxiety, directions and words, like, can never, ever be clear enough. You know, you might have to explain things like different ways because I need to hear certain words or I need to hear this. People get so annoyed with me because they have to keep trying to explain something, or if they have to keep trying to say this or that, because I need it to be broken down all the way, like literally all the way, for me to like process and understand usually. So that's the thing. Another thing, if you're dating someone with anxiety, is most of the time they're always on edge about something with certain situations. Personally, for me, for example, is outside at night when it's dark. I cannot be outside when it's dark by myself. I cannot. Being outside at night by myself in the dark gives me anxiety. I cannot do that. That's a thing that puts me on edge, so I will not do. Like, I will not go outside by myself at night because I know that it'll put me on edge. Do not try to put that person in that situation. Do not try to put that person in that situation where it, like, triggers stuff, and like, because they're already on edge about stuff, and you got to understand that there's certain things in their mind that can trigger stuff that makes them on edge about different things because of their anxiety. So you have to understand what people's boundaries and their lines and what they're on edge about and what not. You got to understand that, because you do not want to cross that line, and you do not want to push those people on the edge when they're already on the edge of things. Hopefully you understood that. I don't know if I explained that right. I don't know. And then for the last thing I want to talk about today is a huge thing to me. It's affected my life quite a bit over the last 5 years. And it is the fact that anxiety controls certain things in my mind that makes me not be able to go in certain situations. So basically, as I'm trying to say, is there's certain things I cannot do because of my anxiety. Because I know it would give me anxiety, or I know something will happen, or like I could have a panic attack or something. And there's been a lot of things I didn't do which I wish I could have, or which I wish I would have done, I couldn't do, and I chose not to do because of my anxiety, how I would feel in those situations. Or there's certain places or there's certain things I will not go to because I know I will have anxiety. Well, in high school, I was involved with a lot of school things and whatever, and also there was a lot of things that I didn't participate in, which I should have, but I couldn't because I had anxiety. Like, for example, no one really knows this, but like for the end of the year, we had this senior banquet thing and awards night. Before I graduated, I got invited to go because I was receiving an award, which I have no idea what it was because I never went and I still never got it. I was invited to go and I kind of wanted to go because it was like the last thing, but the same time, do not like my senior class. I did not like most of them. My peers, I felt very, very uncomfortable around a lot of them, and also being in social situations with them, either by myself and or with like my family, was very, very awkward, and it also gave me anxiety because for some reason, I don't know what it is, I've always been like this. Like, I don't like bringing my family into social situations with people that I don't like or that I don't talk to, and like I'm forced to be like in a room. That's another reason why I never went to any open houses in high school, because I was always afraid and I was always having like in the back of my mind little anxiety. It made me really anxious. I didn't go to a lot of stuff like because of that, so that was certain things I couldn't do. If you're dating someone with anxiety, you have to understand that there might be certain things that they cannot do. You might think that it's dumb, or you might think that they can overcome it, or like it's silly. You don't know what goes on in their mind, and also you just need to respect that if they can't do a certain thing because it triggers something in their mind, please understand. Because I was with someone for years, I'm not gonna say how many, but I was with someone for years, and he was not supportive at all. Like, in his mind, he didn't think it was a joke, but he didn't think it was real. Like, he thought that I was overreacting about everything, that I was getting anxious, and like everything that would freak me out, he just thought I was overreacting. Like, my freshman year, for example, walking home from my school to my house was about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how fast I walked. I used to walk with him because we lived really close to each other, so we used to all come together. But then some days he would leave me as we were walking, and or he at the last minute would tell me he wasn't walking home or whatever, and then I had no one else to walk with, and a couple of times I had to walk home by myself, and I was having panic attacks while I was walking home, while I was talking to my mom on the phone. It was terrible, and he just thought that I was overreacting and that nothing was wrong and nothing would happen and I was fine. You don't understand, like, at that time in my life, I thought everyone was out to come get me. Like, everyone that was outside that I had no idea who they were, I thought they were going to come and get me, and then I thought I was going to die. Like, that's how serious it was back then. It's not as serious now. Stuff like that, you have to understand. You don't know what goes on in people's minds. You can't just, like, push it away and just say you're making it up or something like that. Like, it's a real thing and people actually deal with it. Everyone deals with it differently. Everyone experiences it differently because they have different triggers and they have different things that go on in their mind. But before I close out this video, I just want to say I cannot stress this to anyone enough. Just please, please, please be respectful. And please be understanding and supportive with any friends you have, anyone you're dating, anyone in your life that has anxiety, because having anxiety is not fun and it is really hard sometimes to deal with. I've lived with it for 5 years and I've had my ups and downs, and you just never know what could happen with anxiety. You know, you don't know if you could be fine you can be fine 1 minute and then all of a sudden the next you'll be having an hour-long panic attack. You just don't know. Do not just brush it under the rug because it's a thing. It does affect people. Please don't push people away because they have it. It's not their fault they have it. I've had a lot of people in my life not understand what I go through, and they think I'm either crazy or they think that I'm making everything up or it's not real, or the fact that they just don't understand because they're not in my shoes, that they don't really know what it is. Yeah, that is my video about dating someone with anxiety, or you can take this as anyone you know with anxiety. I put a lot of personal examples into this video talking about stuff like that. If you want me to do more videos like this and explaining this or whatever, just let me know in the comments and give this video a big thumbs up. I've also made an anxiety video last summer in 2014 explaining everything about, like, my anxiety. It's my anxiety story. I will put the link in the description below if you want to watch that. And don't forget to subscribe because then you'll get to see my face every time I upload a video. So other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye!
Where are you now that I need you?